SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everybody? It's me, it's the B.O.B., and I am here with my man, E. E, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing good. I hope everybody else has had a good weekend. Looking forward to launching themselves into their week.
Yeah, and I apologize for a little bit of delay here on this episode, but this is Around the Table with E and the Fat Man. I am the Fat Man. That is E. We're going to talk a little bit about, I guess, we got the Big Apple Classic first round is in the books. We got a little bit of World Cup talk that we're going to bring into this a little bit. That's a little bit more your forte, not mine, really.
Yeah, I'll take the lead there, but that's fine.
So, Big Apple Classic, we got the first round in the books. So, second round is looking pretty action-packed, but there was some, what I would consider big games, none bigger than Team Belardi versus the X-Men, because that was, I would say, probably the real championship game.
Well, awful early, but two loaded teams. You know, X-Men out of this thing, beaten by Belardi, and you're talking about Xavier Pope, Royce Anderson, two guys who really know each other and play together well too. But Aaron Lovejoy and Magbako down low for Coach Tim Belardi. Boy, that is a lot to handle, and I guess Team Madison's going to find out next. I'm not sure how they're gonna figure out a combination to throw at this, but that'll be up for them there on that next side for that bracket.
Yeah, and then just real quick, I know with Belardi's boys, I one player that I wasn't too sure about who kind of stood out for me is obviously the third best player that was on the court for Tim Belardi was Loftus. I seen a little bit out of him that I don't know what I was really expecting, but when Belardi's coaching, you never know. But Trey Hyman for the X-Men, again, these were two star-studded teams, and Hyman, Anderson, Pope. Anderson, I won't be surprised if he finishes in the top 15, but same with Hyman, and really Pope's going to find his way up there. This is probably, we probably just seen 6 top 15 players in this one game.
Yep. Really a shame that one of those teams had to go out.
Oh, yeah.
I also thought another interesting first round matchup we had was the Team Bay Breakers going up against Team DMV. And, true to the names, you are looking at players overwhelmingly from the Bay and for DMV there. And Bay Breakers coming out on top. Caden Shipp and Curtis London looking like we watched them a lot last year, 16-year-olds coming back a year older, year wiser, and, no small feat taking down VJ George. We've seen him in a lot of, pickup action like what we're seeing there. And their new big man, Coach Myron Murray signed in Khaled Ali, international recruit, brought it to DC. But he got thrown into the deep end of the pool, I guess. Bay Breakers, Dre Ryder as well. The third part of that mix for Team Bay Breakers there, also should get a mention for his contributions as well. But impressed with what I saw there, and maybe Bay Breakers going to be a force in SimWorld hoops this year based on this performance.
Yeah, and I know Coach Murray got to see a little bit from Charles Pinkard too. For him, I know it was the player that Coach Murray seems to like a lot, and we got to see a little bit more out of him. But Bay Breakers are going to head into the second round. They're going to face Worldwide Snipers with, possibly the next Shaq with Reza Red. They had newcomer Dime Hardaway and then Ethan Letterman. They took out Keithan Carter, Tyrell Thompson, and Vincent Magic from Death Row. Was there? And then that's another team that just kind of, Worldwide Snipers, it just kind of looks like an all-star team to me, and they're all younger guys and newer guys.
I was about to say, when you watch Reza Red, you just keep having to remind yourself over and over again, he's young, he's 15. So young, he's got to get better. I know. And Ethan Letterman, I'm a big fan of his. I always like seeing him out there. Death Row, just quite not enough there, eliminated out of the tournament. But liked what I saw from newcomer Keithan Carter, actually. Think he flashed potential, and they have potential, but Worldwide Snipers is going to be a tough out for somebody to get out.
Yeah, and then our next game, we had a little bit of, controversy before it started for Coach Dodge's team. Yeah. We had a late replacement with Jace Babcock apparently being arrested. I guess we're not really going to get into that at all. We're not here for those those kinds of stories. We're here for the happy, feel good stories.
Yeah, but it may have had an outcome. It may have had an effect on the outcome there, though. And Brian Loveless, Team Loveless, put together Dre Carvel. Of course, we know him, and Norman Nation's getting to know that name. Kyrie Holtzclaw rounding them out, but impressive performance to take down a team still led by Jared Quinney. Tyrone Snyder also contributing for Coach Alyssa Dodge's squad, but Team Loveless going to advance.
And another newcomer, Jace Daniel. I don't know if we would have been able to. I don't know whenever the next time we would have seen him, because he was new kid, just kind of fell in the right place at the right time for Coach Dodge. He actually played. Both of these teams played really well. I mean, the game. They're to 15. If I remember off the top of my head, I think it was like a 22-20 or a 23-21 game, because these teams just kept going back and forth. And Tyrone Snyder, I think he's going to be one to watch out for down low. I think he's going to be a sneaky good player. He's not super tall. He's the biggest player on the Originators. I believe he's 6'8", which I think that can potentially hurt them. I think they need to go out there and get a center, but he was a sneaky good player. And Coach Lovelace's team, they're gonna head on over and play former Coach Chad Smith's team Yacht Club. We got Coach Laster's. I think it's his little brother, right? Jay Laster.
I believe that is the connection within the family.
So Coach Lovelace's team is going to take on the Yacht Club. Jay Laster, Dominic Bianco, big name from last year, and Tyshawn Isom. But and then the last game that we're going to be looking at is Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, whatever. Everybody, it's Tuesday somewhere, right? That's how the saying goes, right?
I think so.
We'll see. Again, it looks like another all-star team. We got Best Coast with Lake Darius Outlaw. We'll see what happens with him. I'm still a little down on him from last year.
Well, he has proven potential though, and you're about to mention Mikey Williams, and of course, that's good too. And a little favorite of mine, Evangelos Mullins. If you haven't watched him yet, he's got some skills. So I like him. But the team they're going up against too, the East Beast. Reed Redmond, Camarion Goodyear, JoJo Kearney. Again, three just really ridiculous players. I like this Big Apple Classic. First round's been great. I mean, again, we've already talked about, you can put together an excellent you can throw Xavier Pope, Madison Miles, Dime Hardaway, and have a whole second team of guys who've been eliminated in this thing. Or not Dime Hardaway, he's not Ethan Carter, but it's been good. Been one of the best preseason tournaments so far, and been enjoying it. And Bob, there's been a lot of international players. Oh yeah, international names we just even mentioned right now. Gil Blumenstein out of the tournament. Didn't play Florida. It wasn't like they lost because Gil couldn't get it done. But Team Jason Tada's squad, which also featured an Australian, Cole Webb. Going out to Team Madison Miles' team. But, even Team Madison had an Israeli on it, Kenneth Klum, right? Yeah. So, everywhere you look in this tournament, you've got guys like Gil. I've already talked about Ethan Letterman and mentioned Khaled Ali earlier. Big Egyptian import, getting a rough introduction to SimWorld Hoops ball, getting bounced out, but also gaining some valuable experience. And, the influx of international talent into the game here is impressive. Who knows what we're going to see from the global squads.
Yeah, which it's a good segue, but I'm going to break that segue a little bit by asking you, do you have because we're not going to have another episode before the championship game for this tournament, do you have a prediction on what that championship game is going to look like, or just who do you think is going to win the whole thing?
Yeah, that is a good question. Let me see. Let me think. I'm looking actually at the bracket right now. And again, we just ran through this. How do you really want to pick among all these teams? They're so good.
It's hard, man. It's real hard.
Bellardi could make me look bad. He's got a loaded 3-man set there, but I kind of like Worldwide Snipers, what I'm seeing with Reza Red, Dime Hardaway, and Ethan Letterman. That's my prediction. Who do you got, Bob?
I gotta go with the proven guy, and I gotta go with Coach. I'm gonna go with Coach Bellardi in this one. I mean, they're gonna. It's probably gonna be the second best game of the tournament. It could potentially turn into the best game of the tournament when I'm assuming that Blarty's Boys is going to handle Team Madison and Worldwide Snipers are going to handle Team Baybreakers. So we're going to see Blarty's Boys and Worldwide Snipers in the game before the championship. Oh, man, I just hope they don't beat each other up too much so then one of these other teams sneaks in and steals the championship. But I'm going to go with Blarty's Boys on this one. I have to. He's proven time and time again that he's the winningest coach in SimWorld Hoops history, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon.
Nope. I can't argue with your choice.
But yeah, no.
you're gonna win money.
Yeah,
betting the way you're betting.
Absolutely. So. But we will go ahead. We'll go back to your perfect transition here from the international players to one of your favorite sports. We're international. Well, one of your favorite sports is soccer, but tying it in with the international players, we got international soccer. We got the World Cup going on. We got the
World Cup.
Got the Final Four coming up here soon. Obviously, we're from America. Team USA is obviously not in the Final Four, which, are you surprised? Because I don't think I am. They were a young team. They were a really young team.
I'm not surprised. They ran into a really good Netherlands squad too, who almost put Argentina to the sword in their next game. Team USA played pretty well, did pretty well. It's disappointing to call out a little bit of a technical soccer term. We're screaming out for a true number 9, a true sort of creative forward player. Christian Pulisic for the US. He's world class. We have some other nice pieces on the team, but Team USA, look, it's nothing to, you don't have to hang your head in shame. You made it out of the groups. You got to the knockout stages. Was disappointing not to go further, but, you're talking about Netherlands. You're talking about one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
Although even they haven't made the Final Four.
Yeah.
And, the Final Four, you've got France going up against Morocco. France, defending World Cup champion.
Yeah.
Just strength from top to bottom in the squad. Even if you're not a big soccer fan, I would actually recommend you try to catch a France game. And it's only because, maybe you're not a big baseball fan, but you'd feel kind of stupid if you could have seen Babe Ruth and didn't watch him or something like that, right? Yeah. Or even Pele for soccer itself, right? It's like, it's 1973. I should watch Pele. But
some of us weren't around for that time.
True, I was barely. But Kylian Mbappe for France is on that kind of level. He's just unworldly. He's still so young, 23 years old, I believe, and he's already a World Cup winner, and he's already got 5 goals, even though he didn't score in their game against England. Definitely worth the price of admission there. But going up against Morocco, which is the underdog darling of this tournament, have already knocked out Spain. Have become the first African team to advance this far in the tournament. So the whole world will be rooting for them. Yep, the whole world will be rooting for them for sure. And then on the other side, you've got Argentina and Croatia. Croatia, very talented team, not to be dismissed, not to be overlooked. They made it to the final 4 years ago. They have every ambition of doing so again. Argentina, this is probably Lionel Messi's last World Cup. Yeah. He is going to want to lift the Jules Rimet trophy again. So, there's a lot there. The smart money's on France versus Argentina, the big traditional powers ending up in the championship game. And that will probably just be a bloodbath. Those are 2 really good, really even teams. I'm going to give you an Elava prediction for this. I do think those 2 teams will advance. And I believe that France comes out on top. They are going to back-to-back World Cup champion titles. And the difference in the game and the margin between the 2 teams is going to be Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, absolutely.
And to finish this off, and Mbappe will be assisted at least once by Antoine Griezmann, who is a true number 9. Who's a true number 9 like America needs.
If you bet, throw that on your parlay, I guess. I don't know anything about betting, so parlay's the only word I know, and I don't even know what it means. So, well, let me ask you, outside, I would assume that you root for Team USA every year that they're in it. Is that a safe assumption?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Let's throw them out. Do you have a second favorite team that you root for or anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit in that, I find myself rooting for, I have some Scottish connections and roots, so I root for Scotland. Now, that's not exactly glory hunting. Scotland isn't a soccer powerhouse. It's a very passionate soccer nation, but it's just kind of small and not a passionate and not a soccer powerhouse. But yes, I follow them, and every now and then they stumble into a cup appearance or something, and that's always very exciting.
Yeah, I have an answer for that too, and it's gonna be a cop out just because, like I said, I'm not a big soccer guy. I play soccer video games. I always had fun with those, but Brazil. They always have personality, and one of my favorite players of all time, probably my favorite player of all time, Ronaldinho. It's hard for me to not root for Brazil when USA inevitably gets eliminated.
Yeah.
But obviously neither of them are in the Final Four, so
yeah, well, there's that too.
Well, E, I appreciate you hopping on I apologize for the delay in the episode. I appreciate you making some I don't know what word I want to use. I'm at a loss for words right now. Some accommodation.
All I can say, Bob, is it's always a pleasure to talk hoops and sports and life in general with you. So thank you.
And you too. I appreciate you guys listening to this actual short episode of Around the Table. I forgot what the name of it was for a second, but appreciate you guys listening. I hope you guys have a good start to your week.
Bye, folks.